The 2023 Seattle Supercross is the 11th round of the Monsterenergy Supercross season, and we're excited to see how the battles shape up. Coming into Seattle, Cooper Webb is trying to extend his 3-point lead on Eli Tomac. Chase Sexton is trying to claw his way back from the 17-point deficit he's in. With the series well into its second half, and Cooper Webb holding the points lead, the Pacific Northwest presented an important opportunity for Eli Tomac to put an end to Webb's budding breakaway. Conversely, it was also a chance for Webb to strengthen his grip on the title, and today we're going to talk about the key points of the Seattle Supercross race.
Welcome to News Update, the channel for all things motocross. From the latest news to exclusive content, we've got you covered. Whether you're a seasoned rider or a fan of the sport, we'll bring you the stories that matter most. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest content.
First, despite the threat of rain and what could have been an insanely nasty track that had the potential to deliver huge point swings, there was no breakaway in the points. In fact, things somehow got even tighter. After starting the main event somewhat slowly for the first few laps and losing spots to Ken Roczen, Adam Cianciarulo, and Cooper Webb, Eli Tomac dropped the hammer and motored his way back into second place and took advantage of a crash from Chase Sexton, who was leading, to take over the lead and go on to seize his 50th career 450 SX win, tying him with James Stewart on the all-time win list. Tomac is now tied for the points lead with Webb, which is absolutely incredible, especially this late in the season. Soak it in, people, this championship is as tight as it gets. Tomac also acknowledged tying Stewart's record, but admitted his focus remains on his points battle with Webb. Finishing second was Webb, who simply wasn't able to keep pace with Tomac as the race wore on, and nearly found himself in a battle royale with Justin Barcia on the final lap. Webb also admitted feeling frustration that he wasn't able to stay in the battle with Tomac. Something Webb wasn't upset about was his heat race win, in which he bested Sexton and was sure to let him know about it by looking back and breaking out the finger gun as he sailed over the finish line jump ahead of Sexton. The two battled early on, but the whoop section seemed to be the deciding factor for the top spot, and Webb spent almost all of the race jumping in the main line rather than blitzing. This, along with lapped riders, allowed Tomac to put time into Webb and get away with the win. Webb's second still keeps him in the hunt as the two rivals are now tied for the series lead. Justin Barcia logged another podium finish in third. At one point in the race, Barcia was turning the fastest laps of anyone on track, and the gas rider made a strong charge through the pack of Sexton, Roczen, and Cianciarulo. Barcia closed into the back of Webb late in the race but couldn't seal the deal for second. The number 51, who celebrated his 31st birthday tonight, claimed another third-place finish on the season and sits sixth in points, just 4 points out of fourth and fifth, who are tied. Rounding out the podium in third, on his birthday no less, was Barcia, who credited an increased level of comfort in recent races for the impressive performances he's been putting in lately. Speaking of Sexton, and Webb's "maybe it worked" reference, the Honda HRC rider looked fantastic early in the 450 SX main event, but crashed all by himself while leading. As he came into a turn, he made a mistake that made it look as though he'd accidentally grabbed a handful of front brake and went over the bars. Just like that, Sexton threw away another potential win. He wasn't able to recover well either, finishing the night in fifth, which puts him 22 points out of the lead. Jason Anderson grabbed fourth after passing many of the front runners from early in the race. He looked to be putting on a charge as the race wound down and managed to get around both Sexton and Roczen. With only a limited amount of races left on the schedule, we're still wondering when Anderson will grab his elusive first win of year.